My name is Manisha and I am assistant professor at IPM Group of Institution, Ghaziabad. Now, today I'm going to start a topic that is auditing, which you will get to know that what is auditing, what is the history about it, definition of auditing, features of auditing, and objectives of auditing. So we are going to start with the fresh topic. So, if we talk about the auditing as introduction, basically it means about the inspection, examining, checking, investing, and scrutiny. In any organization, if we talk about the auditing help us to get the analyze, investigation, or we have to examine all the data which is related to finance, accounts, legal perspective, and all. So it is helpful to each and every organization, which is small scale or large scale. It will helpful to everywhere. If we talk about the new startup companies, it also applies there by the individual one. The individual who did verification, who did examination of all the books of accounts of a particular company. So that person is known as auditor. Means here the auditor who inspect all the data related things in any organization. So if we talk about any kind of company, it will helpful to build the organization growth expect if irrespective of goods and services as well as their goodwill of the company. Come to the next slide. Then if we talk about the history indicates that the auditing is not a new terminology. It's basically used since 18th century. If we talk about these practices, at that time it is applicable to the large scale production companies, and this term is derived from the Latin word that is auditere, which means to hear. Why it is here? Basically, as an auditor, he need to analyze all the data of the company. So here the data will be evaluated when he is capable to hear each and everything of every aspect of any company. That means auditor should get all the things whatsoever the company provided by the particular company employees or the dignitaries. So on the basis of this, the audit means to hear. Now if we talk about the ancient thing, this auditing is older as an accounting in various companies such as various countries such as Greece, Egypt, Rome, UK, and India itself. So basically if we talk about the auditing history, basically it is applicable since 1st April 1914 at the Indian Companies Act 1913. This is came into the force at that time. So if we talk about all the public institution, everywhere, public as well as private institution, everywhere it is applicable. So this is all about the history. Now if we talk about the definition, so as the terminology which is discussed in the introduction section, an audit may be said such an examination of books. See, if we talk about the meaning and definition, there is little bit of difference. What is the difference is, if we talk about the layman term, if we are considering the things in a layman term, in a journal term, then we can use the term that is meaning of a particular word. Now if we talk about the definition, it is provided by some of the authors or some of the person, they are having their own opinion. That's why they are come under the definitions. So here, as per Spicer and Pagler said that the audit is an examination of books, accounts, and the voucher of the business. So here, an auditor who do the audit says that they have to analyze all the books of accounts, all the receipt. What is a voucher here? The voucher means all the receipts, all the particular material which is correlate our books of accounts, such as all receipts, invoices. It can be the tax invoices or the invoices which is used in every sales and purchase of the transaction. So which is helpful to get the proof of a particular transaction. Now if we talk about the further vouchers, there are the bank statement also. So here the auditor have to satisfy, have to analyze each and everything which is related to our balance sheet, which is drawn up a profit and loss account. It is true or fair view or not. These all things will be examined or calculated or analysis here accordingly. So basically, if we talk about the particular audit terminology, it helps to know the proofing of our company. If we get the proof of positive aspect, definitely that all the financial statement will be true and fair view itself. Now if we talk about the another definition, it's also says that it is independent examination of any financial information of identity. Why it is independent? Because all the procedure records are under the organization itself, and auditing itself independent, because this is totally evaluate all the legal formalities, all the things, or viewing or expressing the things which is showing in front of the auditor. So that's why it is independent examination. Come to the next slide. So here are some crux about the definition, which says about the systematic and significant examination of books of accounts. So if we talk about certain thing, it says that in a auditing we can go thoroughly with the help of systematic procedure. We can't do each and everything in a 24 hours or in a 48 hours. It will cover all the things which is under the systematic procedure. It will take several months or several days. So it depends upon the content of the company, what they are providing and how they want to get the audit. So if their audit data is huge, definitely it will take more time rather than the less time. If we talk about the next point, it says it done by the independent person or a body of person or qualified for the job. Why it is independent person? Actually, if we talk about the auditor is appointed by the organization itself also. If we talk about the internal auditor. Now if we talk about the external auditor, definitely there are the group of people, group of body, there is a grouping of body of a person who is qualified this job. That's why they are very much expert about the particular area in which they want to do the audit. So each and every organization, it's depend upon how the audit occurs. If we talk about the example about this, so there is one organization who wants to audit of all the particular financial statement. So definitely the auditor who is qualifying all the financial examination, such as It could be a CA, it could be a finance background, or he is a full-fledged knowledge, a sound knowledge of the finance profile. Definitely then only he can qualify. Apart from this, the qualification, they also have a experience about it. Then only he or she get a get opportunity for the auditing, that they can do the auditing of a certain company. Then if we talk about the next point, with the help of the voucher, document information and explanation received from the authorities. As we already discussed this point, all the related document or information which is in a written form, they are also considered under the vouchers. It could be the receipt, it could be the bank statement, online transactions. Then if we talk about the receipt, tax invoices, and so on. If we talk about the auditor, with the help of this auditor, we can satisfy, the organization is satisfied with the authenticity of their financial records. Definitely. Why? Because he's the expert of a particular area. That's why the company is very much satisfied after auditing the certain things. So that's why they can upload these things as an audited book of accounts, right? So in the organization, there are several things which is recorded in the website also, or uploaded on the website also. So that could be the audited one. So that means this audited book says that is very much satisfactory, and this all the information are true and fair itself, right? So if we talk about balance sheet, that could be the true and fair view. If we talk about the profit and loss account, definitely this is all the accurate. There is no we can say there is no error or no fraud included it. There is no manipulation included this. Then last is the accounts have been prepared in conformity. Conformity means we are applying certain rules, certain regulation. That means they all are the completed one. We are following all the certain rules according to the accounting standards. So that's why all the data is as per the procedure are too much accurate and fair. There is no manipulation, there is no fraud, or there is no error accordingly. So as we discussed earlier, if we talk about the organization accuracy, arithmetic accuracy says auditor always be a expert opinion. So accordingly, he got to know he can have accuracy accordingly. So it says it get all the information very accurately or very reliably. Next is to check the books of accounts with the help of all relevant voucher. As we says earlier, vouchers such as invoices, all the corresponding data such as working paper. If we talk about the certain things, they are having a audit notebook, and there is a bank statement and so on. So these things can be evaluated accordingly, and auditor has a right to check all the things very carefully. So he can ask anything related to that matter. He can ask anything about it. So accordingly, each and everything will be real, and that should be accurate, obviously. So voucher helps to shows all the reality of the books. Now next is to verify profit and loss account and asset and liability. Definitely, if we can evaluate all the books of account with the help of vouchers and all, arithmetic means we can check all the accuracy. If we talk about the numbers, if we talk about the totaling, we can check each and everything. Then definitely we can get a profit and loss account very truly and very fairly. We can get all the data, all the asset and liability, all the data in the balance sheet very accurately. So that means we get all the verification, all the things accurately. Why it is so? Because it is verified by an auditor, and this is a duty of an auditor. Last is you are to report to the client on the basis of his finding. So accordingly, the auditor is having a right to make a report and get all the things and all the view in their own words. So that's why it indicates that he can find, he can get all the things on the basis of their findings. He can get everything over there. Okay, so that is all about the duties of auditor. Come to the next point. That means features of an auditor. Features of an auditor says here there is a opinion, means if we talk about the journal meaning of an auditor. So here we will evaluate each and everything, each and everywhere we now our next topic is features. Features of an auditing says the first point, systematic and scientific examination. As we already discussed, why it is systematic? Because here we have having a systematic procedure by the association. There are several organizations who did the all the verification or all the data clarification. So here we can inspect all the data by that association. So definitely they are having all the system and scientific rule. They are having the certain rules and regulation. They are having the all procedure what the business have to follow. Next is it is an intelligent and critical examination. Why it is critical? Because here we can evaluate each and everything and we have to clarify all the data that is true. There is no manipulation in our data. That's why it is so intelligent. He can get each and everything and he can cross verify it accordingly with the help of vouchers and so many things. So definitely this is a critical examination. If it done with the help of vouchers, as we already discussed, there are several authorities who can explain or provide all the information. If we talk about an accountant, he can give all the data related to the salaries account, related to all the account books of accounts. If we talk about the other things, production house, how they are maintaining all the products, how the stocks is distributed among the retailer and distributors. So he can liable or he can easily provide the answer easily. So this terminologies about the auditing for the further classes. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.